Hello! Today I'm gonna do chocolate cake. Yummy, very chocolatey. Let's go. For chocolate cake, 4 layers, I'm gonna need 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons cocoa powder, 3/4 of sugar, 1 cup sour cream, half teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon baking powder, vanilla, half can of condensed milk. The other half is gonna go for filling. For the layer for dough, we need half can of condensed milk and 1 3/4 of flour. The dough I'm gonna do with mixer. First, I'm gonna mix cocoa powder with sugar, so we mix all together, sugar and cocoa powder. And now I'm gonna first mix egg with the sugar and the cocoa powder, but first I'm gonna beat the egg. Add this mixture. Blend together. Now we're gonna put sour cream and baking soda. Mixing sour cream with baking soda until the volume gets bigger. And I'm putting all over here. Adding half can of condensed milk, pinch of vanilla, and we're putting a baking powder into flour, and gradually gonna add to this mixture. Adding last part. Blending together. Okay, the dough is ready. Okay, so our dough is ready, and this is my baking pan, which I put butter and dusted with flour. And now I'm gonna put this dough into this baking pan. Okay. So I'm gonna put this baking pan into oven for 350 degrees for 35-40 minutes. Okay, while our cake is in the oven, I'm gonna do filling. It's a chocolate cream. So over here is a 250-gram soft unsalted butter. 250 gram is 2.5 stick. Okay, now this is 250-gram unsalted butter. The rest of condensed milk, half, remember we put half into dough, and this half is going into cream, and the 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So I'm gonna put cocoa powder in the butter, pinch of vanilla, and I'm gonna mix together, and then I'm gonna add condensed milk. Have to be careful so the cocoa powder wouldn't fly. First I'm gonna do like that, and then I'm on a low speed. I'm gonna start mixing, and I'm gonna add speed a little more. Now I'm adding condensed milk. Now I'm mixing all together. Okay, the filling is ready. I'm just gonna put it into a small dish, and I'll wait until cake will be baked, and we'll continue. The cake is baked already, and we're checking with skew. Supposed to come out dry, and it's coming out dry, so that means it's baked. Now we have to wait until it will cool down, and so we can cut into halves and put filling. Hot. Came out really, really good. Very good. Okay, our cake is now still a little warm, but we're gonna cut it. I'm just gonna cut a little bit top to make a flat. Yeah, that part. I'm gonna cut it like that. And now I'm cutting into half. It's gonna be 2 layers, and we're gonna put cream between them. So I'm gonna put a little bit of cream on the cake dish, and I'm gonna put 1 layer. So basically the top I'm putting it on the bottom side. It's gonna be like that. So when I'm gonna put the bottom one, it's gonna be nice and flat. Now, this is, it's a coffee. So I'm just gonna make a like that. So cake would be dry, would be moist, and will have some little coffee flavor. We're gonna do both sides, both parts. Now I'm gonna do the other. Okay, I have coffee left. You don't have to put all coffee on the layer. So just like a little bit to make so cake would be moist. And now all this filling we're putting it on the one layer, and we're gonna cover another one on top. This cake is unbelievable delicious. And now this one we just putting it upside down, and the top is gonna be nice and flat. So pressing a little bit, and we're gonna cover with chocolate glaze. The glaze I already did, and I show how I'm cooking on the sour cream cake, and I'm gonna put link of the sour cream cake on the description, so you can go and see how I'm cooking glaze, chocolate glaze. So like that. When it's a chocolate glaze gonna be ready, I'm gonna cover with it. Chocolate glaze is ready, and like I said, I'm gonna put a link where I'm showing how I'm cooking chocolate glaze. Now it's way too hot now. I'm not gonna put it yet on the cake. The glaze supposed to be at the room temperature. Okay, and we have to constantly mix so it wouldn't get hard on the top. But before this glaze is gonna be cooled down, I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna show how my little trick, which I'm doing. I learned this trick from my mom when she was doing the cakes and the covering with the glazes. So she was putting a foil or parchment paper, anything underneath. So when the glaze gonna go on the sides, would make dirty the dish. And then when it's cold, we just take it out, and the dish around is nice and clean. And that's it. So mixing glaze. Now, what I'm gonna do with this, I decide to grind in a blender, and I put on the edge over here of the cake. So we'll see. It's not necessary. It's just like some kind of like idea like that. But it's not necessary. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Okay, time to cover cake with chocolate glaze. So, okay, cake is covered. Now, the cake is actually completed. It's done. And you can just let it chocolate glaze dry, and you can cut it and eat it. But I decided it's not necessary to do. It just something came up on top of my head, and I decided to do it. Those things I in the blender I crushed that. If you remember, I cut the top of the cake. I also added walnuts and I crushed together in a blender, so it came out those crumbs. So what I'm gonna do, because it's just like that cake looks like just a chocolate, so we're gonna do a little design. So again, it's not necessary, just like my something like that idea. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put like this. I hope you can see. Just on the edge. Put those crumbs like that. It looks beautiful. And I can put a little bit in the middle. Just like that. That's it. I'm gonna let the cake dry and then we're gonna cut it. So it's time to take this paper out. Foil. And see, the dish around the cake stays clean. I love this trick. Okay, so I'm gonna cut slice now so you can see how it looks like when it's cut. The glaze is not completely dry yet. I'm not waiting. It takes like a few hours, but it's okay. I just wanted you to see how it look like when it's cut. No, actually it's good. Glaze is good. This is the cake. That's how cake looks like. It's beautiful. And it's very moist, very soft. So I'm all set for today. Thank you for being with me. Please subscribe to my channel, like my video, write the comments, ask questions, and try this chocolate cake. I know you're gonna like it. Who don't like chocolate, right? Okay, enjoy. See you soon.